I fell up, I died.
And we are live for the next session of Dark Heresy. Is that actually session 6, is it?
Yes, I do keep track of the numbers.
Because I don't normally look. So, okay, so session 6. Now, you've sorted out the problems in Hive Decileum. And I think your plan was to leave the planet and head off to the space station that was supplying the, where the shuttle came from that was carrying the smuggled goods. Is that still going to be your plan?
Yeah, it's only once the session starts we'll come up with a totally different plan and go somewhere else. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so unless the Sisterhood doesn't retrieve any particular piece of information that might lead us to stick around this planet. I'd say that's still the plan.
They're not going to be subtle about whatever they do.
No. But assuming they are interrogating those people, unless they share with us some intel that might entail us to stick around. The plan is the one that we figured out last session.
Yeah. Well, they don't actually, but you are getting ready. You're preparing to leave. With the sisters off, taking the ship off to this space station. But as you're about to board the shuttle, your friend turns up, Turnberg, and he walks over to you, very serious look on his face. You know he's in a slightly different uniform to what he was in before. He's actually been promoted.
With promotion.
He's been promoted to Oath Captain.
Oath Captain. There'll be a place in the Inquisition for you yet.
Yeah. Anyway, he walks up to you, very serious look on his face. He's clutching something in one hand. And he says, I thought you'd want to know about this. I don't know who else to go to. And she proffers a data slate to you.
I killed one. One of the other ones really low.
Okay, you take it. One of my patrolmen found the scene early this morning, just off the gallows way. He thought it was the aftermath of a gang fight at first, but the bodies didn't match any known gang. When I got there, something about it instantly reminded me of the last time. Then I found this, and he holds up a plastic bag containing a small fragment of perfectly black material. So dark it seems to absorb or obliterate the light around it. It's just like others, isn't it? He says.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I'll reach for the bag with the black fragment.
Yeah.
And I'll try the usual. What was it? Science.
Yeah.
Seems we weren't as thorough as we previously thought.
Well, we were very thorough in wrapping up the network, but that doesn't mean that there aren't still.
That's one level of success.
Deposits.
One level of success, yes. As soon as you approach it, as soon as you get anywhere close to it, you get the stench of warp from it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of confident about it, but I just wanted to make really sure. Okay, so... And this fragment was found near how many bodies?
Oh, the other person's not low. The other person's
9.
Really high health.
9 bodies.
Yep.
Yes, we've taken them away to the mortuary at the moment, and they're going to start a autopsy as soon as possible.
Okay, just to have a general insight, can we try and reconnect the time of this event with our event at the time of the Tectomancer house? If it happened before, later?
Yeah, this has happened,
Yeah, it is.
very possibly while you're at the
I'll wait
technomancer's
for you to get up
house.
into the sky.
Okay, give or take at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because these were found.
So it's
in
before we've
similar
done
to-
the wrapping up then of hitting all of the of getting the sisters to hit all the people on the list simultaneously.
Hmm.
But of course, the problem is,
You're on
even
our
though we've
side.
got a list of people who bought
Yeah,
artifacts, we don't know if they've been resold or stolen or moved on since.
Yeah.
He says that it's a curious crime scene. There's several open crates that are now empty.
Oh, and we think this black stuff was in the crates.
I'll wait for you to
This
get
was
there.
found on the clutched in the hand of one of the dead people lying on the floor.
Right. Well, we still need the sisters here to finish off the to do this hit on everyone, don't we?
Yes,
So that
yeah, you can still do
still
that.
hit them
Yeah.
off. So we'll dispose of this warp fragment with them.
Too much rocket league.
Are you going to give it to them? Are you?
Well, they've got the facilities to dispose of this stuff, haven't they? Whereas we're in just about
Yeah,
some
we-
bloke's house.
Please, he says, you must come and take a look. I honestly don't know how to deal with this.
All right, we need to get the sisters to do that operation as soon as possible to prevent any further spread, and then I guess we'll have to go and look at the scene.
Okay,
One of them is
so
good to know.
after a short journey back down into the depths of the hive, you finally reach
Oh my
a
God,
forlorn
really?
area known as the Gallows Way. A region within of Captain Turbert's jurisdiction.
I don't know about the other person.
As you arrive at a 3-story structure, its exterior plastercrete and steel walls are discoloured with centuries of grime. Turnbert puts on a respirator mask and recommends you do the same before pushing open the rush street doors. The spacious chamber beyond is piled high with junk. The ceiling sags in several places.
Essentially.
9 pools of congealing blood are arrayed about the room, and the fresh lasburns and bullet holes scar the walls and speak to the recent violence committed there. The air is thick with the smell of blood and an overpowering scent of decay. Several sanctuaries move about the room, taking pics and speaking in hushed tones.
Easy. Yeah, they're toxic.
Have any of the victims been identified?
Some of the we've not got the autopsy reports yet. They haven't started. None of them has been identified at this point, he says.
Okay, we can do.
As we say, they don't appear to be of any known gang.
Yeah, that tells us almost nothing. So the bodies are not there anymore. But did they leave some sort of tracks where the body used to be? The bodies used to be.
Where the blood's congealed, you can probably see where they've lifted the body out of the blood. So there's a shallower patch. And the original purpose of this building has been lost to time. The only identifier is a well-worn sign above the entrance which says H11. There's some additional words, but they are completely illegible. The structure is probably made up of a single chamber, approximately 80 meters long and 30 meters wide. It's 3 stories high, but stairs leading to an upper floor walkway have long since collapsed and is now unreachable. A small portion of the lower floor is separated into 2 offices.
Well, let's have a little nosy in the offices, I guess.
Okay. Can you roll me awareness tests, please?
Awareness.
Sure can.
Probably not, but I will try.
That's a fail. I like inverted numbers.
That's also a fail.
I only got 9% chance at this, so no. No, I still don't have that skull.
Okay. So you walk through the large room towards the small offices. You pass a number of crates on your way. Let me see. That you reach the armored glass partition, so streaked with grime and corrosion as to be opaque. So as you enter, you can see a rickety old metal desk and some chairs. There's some rotting paper just lying about on the floor.
Well,
In here, there are a number of small crates sitting on the desk.
Start rummaging.
Okay. Despite the fact the crime scene is only a few hours old, there is a heavy reek of decay in the air, and numerous large hairy flies buzz around the building.
So, Phil, is there any possibility you could angle your mic or something? Because I'm hearing it some louder than I'm hearing you.
Yeah,
It's quite hard.
Hang on a sec.
From the shaking, I think the mic is built into the webcam.
Oh yeah. It's totally the webcam mic.
Okay, is that any better?
We shall see.
Well, he's not talking yet.
Well,
Everything else to sum it up.
The only thing I could do is move to Justice League and put you over there.
Is that
Can I buy you a mic? Correction ones. You can put him outside the cone.
I mean, I suppose I could try and activate the.
It should be fine. Just I was just struggling to hear a bit. So.
Okay, so let me see. What was I?
Yeah, point is, Clemson's only a few hours old, but there's like really
Big
disgusting
flies.
decay in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, these boxes have obviously been prized open. You can actually see blood actually on the corner of one crate where someone's obviously cut their hand. But all the crates are empty. They are packed with the only thing they contain is let me see, what's it called? It's a packing material, plastic packing material. So whatever it was considered delicate, but it's now missing.
I do believe we found another hive of scum and villainy.
And what about the papers that are strewn about?
Okay, if you look at the papers, they are just old papers. You don't think they're almost washed blank. They've been sitting in here decaying for so long.
So it's a desk. Is there any drawers in the desk, or is it just a kind of a school desk type thing?
There are, and there's a few bits and pieces in there, but nothing to link, you think, with the trade.
Okay, and you said there was another office.
There is another office, yes. Okay, so you go in there. We'll do another awareness test if you can.
I only failed by 6.
Oh, way worse than the last one as well.
2 levels of success. You're welcome.
Have a successful spot.
Yeah. I was just looking at the points of my boots.
Did you say
and
2
stumbled
degrees?
into something useful.
You said 2.
Sorry?
2
You said
degrees.
2 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 out of 38.
Okay. Okay, so what you see is, as you go and you start looking around, the room is very similar to the one you've just left. But Lothos, you find a fresh boot print
Uh-huh.
And it has the boot print is crusted with a fine, thin sand, unlike anything found in the mud you've seen outside.
It's white frigid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am, of course, obviously calling immediately the 2 officers in the other room and order
Okay.
them to take up some samples of this sand to be sent to the lab as soon as possible. Top priority.
Yeah.
Okay, so they come in and they'll film the print and I'll collect samples of the sand.
Given I'm local to this place, is there anywhere at the top of my head that could that has quite like a high sand concentration, either in the soil, or is there like a construction site sort of deal? It's more dusty.
You are aware that the only sand you would know from your local knowledge about where that's come from is outside in the wastelands.
Uh-huh.
Lothos, you continue your searching around after your footprint discovery as they're collecting the evidence.
Yeah, sure.
And what you find with your additional rays is additional tracks moving away from the warehouse, clearly indicating there was at least one survivor.
Okay, so are these footprints the same of the sandy ones?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I of course tell this to my friends over here and to the 2 other officers that of course are not able to do their job for fucking shit. Of course, I also tell them to take pictures of the footprint itself
Oh my fucking god.
in order
Cast
to
a
see,
cast.
or a cast, yeah, in order to see if maybe we can like cross-reference it with some specific kind of boots. I don't know how common that might be.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if they're common boots, there's could be millions of them in the city. But yeah, you can you can work on that. Yeah, they can get the police to work on that, the sanctuaries.
Yeah, of course, I started with the sand not being very local, so I assume that maybe the materials the boots were made of, rather than the sole itself, was maybe looking otherworldlish, like from outer planetish, and maybe could like reduce the suspects.
I think Jason's asking for permission to speak.
No.
Yeah, there isn't a hand up thing in StreamYard. Question, and this might be a long shot, but since the Wastelands is outside, presumably people coming in and out have to use checkpoints.
They do.
So would there be a way for us to obtain records of who has been passing through in, say, the past 48 hours, or however old we determine the stand to be?
Certainly if they've used a proper checkpoint rather than just to be in a sort of some other way in you don't know about.
Well, yes, I realise there might be an unconventional way.
Turnberg can arrange for all those sorts of records to be pulled, certainly. But Turnberg details some of his guys to look into all these points for you, and he says, "Would you like to look at the bodies?"
That might come in handy. Of course, we expect also to see the autopsy reports.
Well, yes, when they've been
especially before the bodies are burned.
Well, we've got 2 choices, haven't we? There's seeing the bodies, but there's also this trail of footprints. I mean, can we see how far we can track it?
You can see how far you can track it if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'll fail, but
yeah, same
just
here.
Deception roll.
It's going to be scrutiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scrutiny. Fuck me. Oh no, that's higher.
Oh,
You can also roll a science, Georgia.
I failed by 68.
Ooh. So I am also spending a fate point and science this shit.
I want to spend
Oh,
a
yeah,
fate
yeah,
point to pass by 1 degree of success because I was 1 off.
I got 3 levels of success. Fuck yeah.
3 levels of success. Okay.
Like this much.
Not only can Gaius follow the footprints, but the way he leads the group, Lothos is getting very strong sense of the warp passing that way.
No, bro. I'm freshly baked. They're 2 different things.
Let's go. Fill us just details about how the victims were killed. Give us a summary, and we'll check out the bodice later.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say so.
Okay.
The golden guy is
Sounds
low.
about right.
Yup, yup.
Golden guy's low. The golden guy's low.
That's there.
At least I'm not toxic.
Okay, so you start following the tracks. The dirty boot prints and blood splatters seem to lead off towards the outer wall of the city. So,
Yeah, they did buy the energy bundle.
and Giorgio, you do get every step you take, you're more and more sure that this is the direction that
Yeah, I think
the
if I could
Xenos
get
objects have
energy
taken.
bullets.
As in we're getting closer.
Yes.
I keep pursuing, of course. There are heretics around.
Are you saying every step you take because he's police? But did I just run a joke? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
I've only be very proud of you for that one.
Yeah, I had to Google who the band was because I didn't know, but I have heard the song.
Yeah, I'm not commenting on this last piece of
I'm with you,
information.
Giorgio. I'm with you.
Jesus Christ.
Can you do me a survival test? Plus
All of
10.
us.
Yeah.
Plus 10.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I can try.
yes.
Yeah, it's a fail, of course.
That's also a fail.
Becky, please.
Of course not. I failed by 21.
21. Okay.
This
So-
based on perception. I mean,
You follow the tracks through one tunnel into another.
Okay.
Suddenly, you come across a
How do you
piece
get
of
the match point
floor
against
where
people?
the dirt has been swept away by water coming down from above,
Oh, fuck me.
and
I got phrase
the concrete on the floor ahead of you through this effectively
Got
rainwater is actually quite clear,
I just died.
plasteel.
And I assume I'm
And the
not
trail.
I'm not smelling the stench of the warp anymore.
You're feeling it ahead of you. You're going to have to have a little bit, roll me another science to make sure you're on the right track if you can.
Mm-hmm. Of course I will, because that's what I do.
JJS updated yesterday.
That's a 7 out of 48. So 4 levels of success.
You're
Wow.
doing well tonight.
You
Fuck,
are.
yeah,
So,
I love this fucking dice.
it's like a little tracker dog. We got him on a lead. He's tracking us along.
Put me on a leash, I can dig it.
yeah, you search around the area for a while, trying to pick up the trail again. Then Giorgio suddenly gets a real strong sense that it's down this third tunnel. and you're off again, following the trail towards the outer wall of the hive. So,
That was a few combos.
where am I to? You come across a small group of people ahead of you. They seem to be sifting through boxes and just sort of searching stuff. They seem to be in quite dressed quite poorly, and they just seem to be looking for things and just picking up whatever they think they can make use of.
I will ask Raja if the boxes they're looking at are resembling the ones that we found at the abandoned building, because I didn't look at them properly, given I felt that.
Okay. They do not.
Okay.
There's just old. They're shifting through rubbish and old crates.
We should question these scavengers to see if we can get a description of our suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, given that we already know he was wearing boots.
No, okay.
Oh, and he's carrying something you can track through the wall.
Yeah.
So how do you approach them?
Scavengers, who came through here earlier?
You startle them, and a couple furthest away turn and sort of try to leg it for the shadows. The ones closest to you sort of freeze, wide-eyed in terror. Are you dressed as inquisitorially?
I've got all the armour on, yeah. Got all the armour on.
Okay,
I'll have the badge on the outside by now because we've already been public about it, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
So they freeze in absolute terror and say, "Oh, what do you need? What do you need?" And they fall to the floor on their knees and sort of like start putting their hands up, please.
How many did you say fled?
Cockroach.
Sorry?
Two of them fled. Okay.
Yeah.
The person who came through here earlier, within the last few hours, were you here? Can you describe them?
I guess there was somebody. He was. Well, there was a couple of men in long coats running west.
Do you have any other detail about these people?
Well, they were looking behind them, like they were afraid they were being followed.
They are, by us. Their haircut, boots, colour of clothing, unique facial identifiers.
One person says, "Well, I've heard about the trouble."
What's the trouble?
The dead bodies. Apparently, a friend of ours, Jonas, was involved.
Was involved.
Well, he
That wasn't for the hack.
no one had seen him in weeks, and then all of a sudden, there he turns up dead. His family was almost relieved to hear that he joined a gang. But
What was the gang called?
Well,
Is it the baby faces?
no, I've never heard of the baby faces, they say. Well, it's not a real gang at all. But those sun-worshipping songers fighting some group of off-road smugglers, I believe.
No, that hacking.
I've even heard some servants of the Inquisition might be involved. Emperor save us.
Yeah.
The off-world smugglers killed your friend. We are the servants of the Inquisition. And as long as they're not wearing boots, I'm going to march on because these people are useless.
Well, some will have boots on.
I look at the size of their shoes then.
Okay, yeah, it's none of these people.
Okay.
I'm just going to stop the camera for just a second. We'll carry on.
Which
Yeah,
is
so
one
they're
of the two that ran off.
they're not these people. We're
Mhm.
just scavengers. We're just looking for anything we can sell.
Yeah,
I mean, we could get
food.
some useful side info from them, but as Gaia says, I think the people who ran off would be more interesting, or even better, is Lothos is still on the trail. So
Yeah.
They've run off in a different direction to Lothos' senses. Lothos' senses tell them to go 90
let's go with
degrees.
Lothos' sense.
Yeah. They just shat their pants.
yeah, I don't think it is worth it to interrogate this fellow any further.
Yeah.
I don't really think he does have any more information we might need. So I'd say we just pursue.
It's going to pursue. Okay. So,
Have a nice day, citizen.
and yeah, they just stand there then and just watch you pass.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Nope, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Okay. Oh, there we go. So you've come to a blank wall. The tunnel ends. The wall is.
When you say blank wall, as in like man-made?
Yes, man-made. Just a big wall across the end of the tunnel, blocking off the end completely.
Shall we cut through?
Look for visible seams.
Okay, so
I'd rather touch the wall. I mean, I'm not really sure the wall is actually there, so I just want to touch it.
Oh, okay. So you touch the wall. You get a very almost like a mild electrical tingle through your fingers.
I
Okay.
look for the wiring. Then there's got to be some kind of control box for this thing.
Okay, I mean, I was going to ask. Really, I should be asking for like a another search, another awareness.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just rolling for the
Passed.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck yes.
Well, I
Yeah,
did not.
failed. I mean, neither. Thank you, Becky, for passing the check.
Yeah.
Statistically,
much.
it was bound to happen eventually. Just
It was bound to happen.
So what you do is you search the area while Lothos and Gar are searching one side of the tunnel. Becky, you're searching the other side behind a load of debris that's been piled up. On the wall, you can see what would normally have been like a control box, maybe for lights overhead or something, but it looks fairly damaged and in very bad sort of state of repair. And you're just about to turn your back on it when you just glimpse from the inside the door that's swinging open. There's a very dim red light.
So there's a door open. Of the control box.
Of the control box, just slightly open. You can just see a little light peeking through.
I pry it open with my sword.
And you can see that the innards of the box have been replaced by a modern piece of software, hardware.
I put my las pistol up to it and I shoot it.
You shoot it.
Yeah.
The wall goes and fizzles out. What you faced with is a large set of doors.
Are they locked?
You're going to try?
I'm going to assume that they're in some way trapped, actually. I'll get guys to do it.
Hey. Why me?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if I'm still feeling the warp presence, and
You
if
are.
it is pointing into a specific location before starting to open all the fucking doors.
Yeah, through these doors.
Okay, how many doors? I don't think I
It's
heard.
just
Double
two,
door.
two big.
Just a
Two
double
big
Oh,
door.
okay. Okay, I heard there were doors like down the
No.
corridor.
No,
So I
no.
just
So the other door was on a control box, like a small
Mhm.
door on a control box.
And now we
This
got a
is
double
double
door.
doors on the
Is-
corridor end that was blocked.
Is
Okay.
it Guy? So did you want guys to look to see if you could open the doors? Is what you said.
I suspect this is trapped. We need to just check this door first, just
Well,
because if
Mhm.
they've concealed
Okay.
it, then
Well, I
there's a
can
high
check
chance.
it.
It's,
what you think after you've got rid of, you shot the control box, you've got rid of the hologram, and you see the doors appear from behind. You realise, Reggie, you've actually shot the door opening control as well.
okay. Well, in that case, I'll blast the doors open.
Okay, so you turn the weapon on the doors.
Just kick them.
Oh, they're big, huge metal doors.
Yeah, I
only gotta
dive
shoot the
behind
hinges,
cover
haven't you?
in case the bullet ricochets.
No, it's not even that. Just walk up to it, put the las gun to the or las pistol to the hinges, and pull the trigger.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so after a few minutes of cutting, you can actually make a hole large enough for you to squeeze through. But as the slab of the door falls down, I don't know if you did that, and because the doors will slide back into the wall, so you could cut just a two-sided hole next to the middle split. Got a bit out there.
Well, if they're being held together by a lock, then I just shoot the lock.
Okay, yeah, you can shoot the lock, but you got to move the doors open. Then that's the trouble. They're quite heavy.
Oh. Yeah, all right, but I'm quite strong, so well.
Okay, so you do that. You pull as you pull the doors apart. A beam of light strikes down and across the floor, almost blinding you because you're so used to being in the dark in the tunnels.
I do believe they're shooting at us.
They're not shooting at you. It's daylight.
Oh. Well, that's a big laser.
A laser big.
All right, we'll hoist these doors open then between us, and yeah, desert beyond, I guess, or sand.
Yeah,
or
there's the
whatever.
beyond. There's the wasteland stretches out before from the base wall of the city.
Should we get a vehicle summoned down from the ship?
Yeah.
It could do. It's going to take a while, but yeah, it might take a little bit.
We're already a few hours behind, and like if we're going to walk out into the barren waste, it'd be good to have like a means of propulsion, I guess.
I'm not going out there on foot. No way. No one does.
Okay, so you could probably might be quicker to call Turnbert and get something.
Yeah,
of his.
if that's quicker.
And
Well, mind you, we've got a Lehman Rust tank down here somewhere. We could go overkill.
That is true. It might be a bit slower, but
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, you can because I mean it's going to be pretty rough out there. So I don't know if your vehicles you hired for in the city would actually work outside.
Yeah, Lehman Rust tank is tracked.
That is, yeah, definitely. This is up to you. You can have a police vehicle.
And it'll have a water boiling vessel.
Mm?
40K was written by British people.
Plenty of time for a cup of tea. So yeah, do you want a police vehicle or do you want to get the tank down here?
If it's like a desert type surface, I would
It
suggest
is.
we're better off with tracks.
Yeah, you want tracks?
I think so. It's either that or a skimmer, isn't it? Like you don't want
Yeah.
wheels.
You can have like a police vehicle, or you can have the tank. The police vehicle will be some sort of ground effect.
Oh, if it goes over the surface, that's fine. As long as it's not a wheeled,
Yeah, okay. You can have the police vehicle. It'll be faster, although obviously the tank would have the firepower and
We
on.
don't get a kettle, but we do get blue lights to play with. It's great.
Okay, so do you want a driver, or are you going to drive it yourself?
I can drive.
I don't know if that's a skill, but I assume most of us can drive.
Okay, so you give your location to Turnberg over the radio, and he brings down. He comes with the vehicles. There's 2 vehicles comes down, so he can take the people back. He's delivering yours. And he has some news about the autopsies while you're there. They hand over the vehicle to you. I would say it is a ground effect vehicle. Right, the autopsy. The corpses. Yeah, so they've been. There's also a list of all their possessions and clothes that they've made. Where is the smugglers had the following gear: 2 las pistols, 1 auto pistol, 2 las guns, shotgun, rebreathers, 3 sets of badly damaged flak armor, a portable Vox unit.
A what?
Portable Vox unit.
What's that?
Radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
That kind of Vox.
Yes.
She was a portable Vox unit. The Turnber actually pulls this out of one of the vehicles and proudly displays it to you and says it's still operating on the frequency they left it on.
Oh.
I missed the last piece of information, Phil. Sorry.
They've got the radio the dead people in the warehouse were using, and it's still keyed into the correct frequency.
Okay. I mean, I assume the vehicle we are given does have a radio also, right?
It does have a police radio, yes.
Yeah, so we might as well ask them for the general frequencies for us to synchronize to.
Yeah. Okay.
What you're saying is we could tune the vehicle into it as well in case we lose the radio or something. He's given us the radio that's on the frequency that the suspects are using.
Oh, okay. No, I thought they told us that the radio has some sequence dialed into it, but we were not given the actual.
He's actually holding it, right? He pulled it out.
Okay. No, I missed that part. So
No, that's okay. I was making noise. I'm sorry.
No. If you're giving the device, we are taking the device, of course.
Okay. There was some petty cash on them in guild script. Hive Decilium's currency for off-worlders. While there was a couple of very strange coins that Turnberg actually pulls out of his pocket and shows you. It's about 3 or 4 of them, and they're scrimshawed from bone. And he'll tell you that the doctor medicus thinks it's a human bone.
And these are coins.
Yeah, they've made coins out of bone, but with very delicate scrimshaw on them.
What do you mean?
That's
Scrimshot.
Sorry?
They're fucking brutal.
But what's you say they've got scrimshot on them?
Scrimshaw.
Scrimshot.
Okay. It's like it's like an etching into the.
Okay.
It's very delicate etching into the surface of it. So they've actually carved symbols and pictures are very ornamental handcraft by carving or engraving in bone.
Right. So
Um,
that implies that this have possibly come from the planet where these artifacts are originally coming from. Then.
Well, I was going to say, can you give me a common law roll, please, everybody?
I only have
Another thing I do at
rolls.
-20.
Common law.
No.
Oh, common lore? What kind of
Yeah.
common lore? Just a generic common lore.
You can do, unless you've got Skillian sector, you can do that.
Yeah, no. That's a regular pass.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so with your regular pass, you can tell that these coins are the currency of the shrine world of Thor. How do you pronounce that?
What?
Thor. No, that's the wrong one. We go in here. Can't find it now. Put it in the chat if I can press the right fucking button.
Don't press the big red button that says leave studio.
I won't do that
He
yet.
likes that button. Everybody likes
He
a big
does,
red
doesn't
button.
he?
Everybody likes a big red button. So,
Right. What do we know about the Shrine Worlds of Thor? And if we don't know anything about that, what do we know about Shrine Worlds? What are they? Assume I'm an idiot.
assume you're an idiot. Wow.
Yeah. What's a Shrine World?
Right. Well, it's a world with a shrine on, obviously.
Is it a
Okay.
shrine to the Emperor or some other religion? Some other heresy.
Let me see. Imperial Stars. Let me find there's a list here. Subsector. It's not going to be in this list, is it? Why is it not in that list? Okay. Okay, so it is an Imperial cemetery world serving the dead of the Askelion sector. The planet is a vast tomb complexes are maintained by Elios Askelion bureaucracy, so vast that its members' beliefs can widely differ. And that is the crafted scrimshaw bone coins.
Wait, there's a whole sector of space that buries their dead on a planet.
Yep.
That must put the funeral costs up.
Imperial Cemetery World. So, green sector unknown, subsector. No, okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well,
I don't know what to do.
they might get angry if we blow the planet up.
Let me see. Now, the actual autopsy results, because that's what they had on them. Where is that? Two of the corpses showed advanced signs of decay.
Smell of decay was in the air. So
Very strange though, because obviously they haven't been dead that long. Okay. One of the Is it one of them? We have one of the citizens one of the human citizens has a tattoo on him. That's 3 intersecting circles. Okay. So there was three interlocking circles on this guy's chest when they tried to open him up. When they did open him up, this corpse crawler swarm emerged from the dead culprit's chest. It burst a shower of toxic gore from the open chest cavity, and actually maimed the medicus doing the autopsy.
Oh.
So we're dealing with an alien parasite that infects people now.
That seemed to be what was infecting him, yeah. The other doctors refused to continue the autopsies, so they called in somebody else to do it, a sanctuary medica. It's not actually particularly skilled in autopsies, but he began to look over the other 2 corpses. The other 2 of the other corpses, the ones that showed the rot, the advanced decay, shall I say, seemed to be going in a similar way to the one that burst open. So then they're calling a mutant. They're calling that person a mutant, the one that burst open and had the symbol on his chest.
Wait. Okay. Regia starts getting really agitated.
Are you all right?
Can't stand those fuckers. Death to the mutant scum. Get in the vehicle, put Vaseline on the lens and fire up the land speeder.
And Turbot will shout after you, the remaining bodies are not there, it's exciting.
What is going on? I mean, I'm happy to go, but
Reggie's about to leave, I think.
I don't know which way to go, but I'm revving the engine, waiting for them to get on and point the direction.
2 of the only thing exciting about the other dead bodies is 2 of them featured very ragged wounds consistent with those caused by a bolter.
by what?
What's a bolter?
Yeah, what's a bolter?
It's a military combat weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very heavy. Hate mutants. Let me see.
It's on my character. It's like a total thing that I have.
Oh. So you're a little bit racist.
Only to mutants. But yes.
Okay, so a bolter is. Let me just.
Chosen weapon of a space marine. That I know.
Yep, there you go. That'll give you a picture of it.
That's what I found.
It's not about finishers.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Basically, the 40k over the top Gothic M16.
well, no bolts or weapons, no bolt weapons or shells were found at the scene, which would indicate the person wielding it escaped alive.
Not surprised, had the best gun. Right.
Do we are we able to link the general model of the gun to anything in use of the Empire, or we got different?
Yes, it is used by Space Marines, Hawks Marines.
Not necessarily the particular one. It might not be an Imperial bolter, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it could be a,
it's either stolen or, I mean, it's just
these-
another crime on top of another crime on top of another
Yeah.
crime and whatnot.
I mean,
Taking
the
off a
running
dead man.
theory, obviously, is that these artifacts are coming from corpse raiding or tomb raiding, basically.
oh yeah, because if it's a tomb world, they could have raided the tomb of a marine. So, yeah, certainly. Which obviously Becky would not be pleased about either, with your background.
No, but I'm Imperial Army, not a stormtrooper. I mean, Space Marine.
A big difference.
Nonetheless, I have Vaselined up the lens and I've got this land speeder revving its nuts off, waiting to be put into gear.
Yeah, are you climbing in with Becky?
I suppose we need to satisfy her urges.
I'm sitting in the back.
I'll
Yeah,
take
I mean,
navigation then.
Way.
It can be a fairly large vehicle, almost like, say, like a half track sort of size, Second World War half track sort of
Uh-huh.
thing. So you've got like two seats at the front, and you've got a crew area at the back. You're going to probably have to follow Giorgio.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a direction.
Do you want me to roll again, Phil?
It'd be more useful if you're in the front, so you could just point which way to go.
Yeah, you can lean over the top and point. Yeah, roll again, please.
I'm spending 1 fate point. And oh, thank God, that's 1 level of success.
Okay, so you shoot off. Lothos points a direction out, and you shoot off in that direction. And the wastes of Desilium are aptly named, for they are very harsh. Yet the environs are also surprisingly populous with traders and merchants, fugitives, raiders. So you know all this as general being. The city doesn't exist in isolation or things outside of it. So yes, you point in a direction and you shoot off outside the main hive of Desilium. You can see in the distance one of the other large hives on this planet, but you're speeding away into a wasteland with nothing ahead of you, dominated by a vast desert and caustic chemical seas. Transportation guide, where is they? Right. So you travel about 50 to 75 kilometers out. And all of a sudden you can hear a whistle from overhead.
Evasive action.
This announces the arrival of an artillery shell, which lands a short distance away from you with a massive detonation.
Are we able to pinpoint the firing location?
Okay, you look around as you hear a second whistle, and you see a puff of smoke and a bright light emanating from the hive behind you, Desilium.
Are they shooting from behind us?
Yes, as another shell whistles in.
Are they definitely shooting at us, or are they targeting the mutant?
Well, you don't know at the moment. How are you going to find out?
Well, going to radio the sisters and tell them to neutralize that artillery.
Okay, so you jump on the radio, and you can quite easily raise the superior, as they immediately move into action. After a few more shells fall around you, the shelling stops. And
Dealt with.
And the Repentia Superior comes back on the radio and it says, you've wandered into a oh god, what do you call it now? Firing range, test range.
You can jump.
It's the hives. What they call them, cadre. Their militia is training on a live fire exercise,
Yeah,
and you've just happened to have wandered into the firing range.
I'm okay.
Okay, and they're shooting moving vehicles as a part of their training.
Wow, you're a long way away, and you're very small.
Well, ask them if they shot at anyone earlier.
No, because they've just come on. They've just come on duty. Apparently, this is when the this is when they scheduled their live fire from. So they weren't firing beforehand.
No sign, no shooty.
No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No.
So-
Right, no, we need to go through because we're following a warp
I'm
signature.
not thinking about it.
You carry on.
I'm not thinking about it.
So they have postponed the live fire exercise, the sisters, and with minimal deaths.
Just a lizard. Also,
Um,
get the whoever does the range finding for that gun and fire them. They're clearly crap.
Once you're approximately an hour out, you glimpse a dark yet glittering shape obscuring the horizon, moving towards you. Someone comes on the radio. You recognise the voice as Turnberg, and he says he's just been told about this live fire exercise, and he's been following you ever since. And you have a glass storm coming in.
What the fuck is that?
A glass storm is basically a powerful storm where winds move across the wastelands and pick up not only sand and ash, but larger pieces of glass from.
Yay!
You know that tank we ummed and ahed about but thought it was overkill?
Mhm.
Fucking
These storms
wasn't.
are incredibly deadly. While sand alone would be dangerous of razors, the storms propel shards of glass at such high speeds as to slice a man apart in moments.
Is this vehicle got any protection, or is it just going to be chopped to bits?
No, it has some armor.
Okay.
We hope it does have enough.
Mhm.
So what you can do is you can either try and drive through it and have some dodge driving to miss the bigger segments, put some goggles on and keep going, or you can try to find an area in the lee of a dune or something and wait it out.
I hate to say this, but I mean, I can drive, but I don't like the odds.
Are we going to lose the trail though?
Since we're not following any sort of trail rather than like a warp stench. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know if I am like me as a player, I don't know if I'm following something like lingering in place, like a smell lingering in place.
Yeah, it is a lingering thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to risk it, do we?
I mean, we might.
Alright, stop blowing fate points. So we do a Fast and the Furious gear shift and floor it into the storm.
Okay, you floor it into the storm. You find some goggles in the glove compartment. You put it on.
Breathers.
Yeah, put your breather mask on, that sort of thing. And you floor it into the storm. So if I can have a dodge roll, please, Becky, as the storm hits, the
Usually
visitors
drive.
drop to nearly nothing.
There isn't a drive roll.
Well, it's operate surface.
Oh.
That'd be the one because it's operate surface vehicle.
Yep, operate surface vehicle.
Okay, I've blown a fate point plus 20, and I rolled 94.
Huzzah. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Okay. Can you roll me a D10 then, please?
Is that how fucked we are?
Mhm.
From 1 to
I've
10.
lost 2 lives.
How much damage is done to your vehicle as this shard of glass hits it?
Oh, that's nothing. They should have armor to cover 2.
So it was a fairly close one. You might even just seen it at the last minute and just dodged it, but it did catch your vehicle. But yeah, you are you slowing down or are you keeping at the same speed?
No. Keeping the same
Okay.
speed. Get through it as quick as
Glory.
possible. In fact, I'd go down another gear. This is Fast and Furious, right? You've got an infinite number of gears you can go down.
Could you roll me another roll then, please?
All right, I'll
We'll do a
blow
couple
another
more.
fate point.
You don't have to blow those points.
Yeah, I'm just getting a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Sure thing.
I get the impression the stakes will probably go up each time. Oh, would you believe it? I failed by 2.
Failed by 2. Okay. Throw me another D10, please.
Fucking hell.
These fate points aren't doing very well, but the damage roll is pathetic. It's a 1.
Well, you're doing something right. Yeah, another bit of minor damage to the vehicle. It hardly slowed you down. It
Right,
slumped in the
another
tree.
gear.
Charge down another gear as you can feel the wind blowing against the vehicle now, and it is slowing you down, physically slowing you down now. Yeah, give me another roll, driving roll.
I'm going to save the last fate point for something serious, so I'm
Okay.
just going to roll this one as is. And if I had put a fate point on that, I would have passed.
Another D10, please. That's 3. You've got 3 points of damage you've had at the moment, isn't it?
That's 6.
God,
That's a 6, up to 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bit worse this time.
Jesus.
They've got
fucking
actual
Christ.
damage on the vehicle.
This time a shard of glass collides with the windshield and comes into the cabin between yourself, Regia, and Gaius. Jams backwards towards the back of the truck. Luckily, it's like a wedge shape, triangular shape, so it sort of like slows down as it comes in and stops there, sticking out of the windshield, both sides of the windshield. But yeah, so there's some sand coming in now into the cab, and it's getting really hard to see. So if you could roll me one more drive with a -10 this time, because you've got crap inside the cab you can't see. Can't hardly even see the controls now.
I'll use my last fate point on it then. Give me a fighting chance of it. Still not 50-50 though with the pen. Oh my god. What was the point of putting a fate point on any of these rolls? Apart from the one that would have passed if I'd had done.
D10, please.
4.
4. Okay, so that's 13 points of damage. The vehicle becomes undrivable. Your vision's gone. You've got this dust and sand coming into the cabin now. If it wasn't for the goggles and the breathers you had on, it would be impossible to drive. So you can stop the vehicle out of the sandstorm, like say in the lee of a dune.
Yeah, we'll have to, and we'll call in the tank.
And you actually do see a light glinting at you. Just ahead, just off to the right by about maybe 20 feet.
I have some binoculars. They call it something else. Magnoculars. Magnoculars or something. I'm going to use them and see if I can identify what's.
Okay, so what you can see is in the lee of this sand dune, you can see a man on foot, wrapped in heavy robes. He seems to have been partially dug himself into the dune, making a little trench. He's wearing protective robes, storm weather goggles, and a respirator, and he seems to be sitting, waiting out the storm.
Are you getting a warp sense from that, Lothos?
Lothos is not.
I guess we just wait till it blows over then and then go out and.
You staying where you are with the vehicles? Will you stop the vehicle?
Yeah, provided he doesn't move, yeah.
Okay, so you stop where you are. Could you roll me another D10 damage, please?
And we'll call down for a tank. That's a 9.
A 9, okay. Yeah. This another shard of glass hits the what you call it, the repulsor generator at the front of the vehicle, and you can see sparks start spewing from the engine. The vehicle's now going to be useless.
Well, good.
All right, with a replacement vehicle on the way.
Okay. Okay. So after about an hour, the storm sort of dies down. The large pieces of glass stop flying, and it is just now a sandstorm. Not really coming in hard, but it is just wind-blown sand now. As you look at the window, you can see this person that's behind the dune sort of like start. He stands up, undoes his respirator, and leaves it dangling loose around his neck.
All right.
Behind him becomes a smaller figure, and he seems to be holding like a rope in his hand that trails off into the sand a little bit.
I have some kind of whip. All right, let's confront him.
As they pull it, he pulls this rope, and the man bends down and lifts up like a sheet, and picks up all this dust and glass and stuff on it. Underneath, a couple of animals get up. They seem to be laden with saddlebags and stuff across their backs.
Oh, okay, some kind of trader.
Yeah, the diminutive individual, possibly a child, seems to be holding reins. Suddenly, the man sees you and pulls the child behind him.
Well, I guess we go out and confront him.
Yep.
Yeah, that might be the case.
He says, good day, my friends. I did not see you there with the storm.
We saw you.
You were brave to stay out there and not gain shelter somewhere.
I look back to the broken car. We have another one coming. Have you seen a man come past with a... Well, actually, I assume everyone that comes out, that wanders out here carries a gun, right?
Yeah, pretty much everybody, yeah.
But a bolter would be rare, so I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Would you know a bolter if you saw one? And have you seen one today?
I have seen one, he says. I haven't seen one today. There are people in a camp up ahead. Someone there has a bolter.
Would you
Can you all make me awareness rolls?
Yes.
An awareness.
my
Oh,
key
okay.
skill.
Yeah,
Fail.
fucking perception. Fuck me. That's nope. 96.
I didn't fail by that much.
Okay. So, Jason,
No, fail.
you failed as well. Okay. So, he says his name is Hashim Trials.
Well, this guy or the guy with the bolter?
This guy you're talking to.
Okay. Hashim
He's a very difficult to guess his age. He's bald. But it seems to be a very indeterminate age. He's quite large, quite well built.
By up ahead, you mean that direction? Or I point to the direction the warp
The
signature
direction. Yes, he says up. Oh, things frozen. There we go. Up there, beyond that ridge.
How big is the camp? How many people live there?
It's a bad place to go, he says. They are smugglers.
I know their trade. Or we know their trade.
You will not be welcome.
Indeed.
You can't miss them. There's an acid lake next to it.
Ah. Excellent. Finally, we'll be able to dispose of the warp stuff ourselves.
There's several people there, he says. I don't know how many for sure, but there are quite a few.
Half dozen, 2 dozen, 100.
More than a dozen, less than 2 dozen.
Should we wait for the tank?
Yes.
Wait for the what?
We called in a tank.
Okay, because this is going to give you a little bit of a thing. I will let you do awareness with plus 20.
Oh.
That gives me a nearly 20%
slight chance. Okay.
20% chance of doing it.
I failed.
And I
I
failed
still
again.
failed. No.
Everyone failed again.
Yes.
Yeah, I
failed.
mean, I got a 95, mate.
I rolled
my
41.
10.
I
I
know.
also rolled
Right.
41. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
still a
fine.
fail.
I'm going to do this anyway because it'll cause a little bit of interest. The child peeks out from behind the other adult. He's taking his glasses off and his goggles and his breather mask. But it is evident to you that the child is severely weather-beaten, and clearly mutated. Yeah, so we'll is that what you're going to do, Becky?
Instantly,
Shoot them both or just the kid?
the child is a mutant.
Yes. It moves slowly with a limp.
Yeah.
Legs are mismatched in size.
It's going to move a lot slower when I finish shooting it.
All right, Ron, do your shoot roll, please.
I've improved actually.
Is
I
this-
blew all my XP into it.
Is this the part, Phil, where you say to Becky, "Oh, by the way, this child was going to grow up to cure cancer or something"? Corporation
I rolled
tripping.
95. That's
That's
a
a
miss.
Miss.
Despite all the bonuses.
That's it.
Like a warning shot.
Yeah. In fact, I'll try and cover it as that. When I see the shot go wild, I'll be, bring the child forth, reveal its mutation.
Okay. He tries to defend the kid. But its skin too is completely hairless and scaly. It moves excruciatingly slowly. Its legs are mismatched in size, and he moves with a limp.
Your child is a heresy.
But it's only a child. He does no harm.
It's a heretic. Must be put down in the name of the Emperor to keep the bloodlines pure. I'll put the las pistol up to his forehead.
Okay, well, on that bombshell, we'll go for a break.
All right. See you in 5.
Bye.
Hang on, guys. Just dealing with a bee in the studio.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Had a smoke. I've pet some
one as
couple of cats.
Did you get your bee?
I beg your pardon?
Becky and Jason got a bee in the studio, apparently.
Yeah, well, it was in this room, but yeah, we've got it out. Also, Jason told me about an interesting anagram during the break, and so I knocked this up. It's in Messenger.
That works.
Yeah, I thought so.
That definitely works.
Nice. That is an improvement to the original meme.
Well, I never saw the original beam, but yeah.
Well, it's a bit
Yes.
like how you rearrange the candles in Tesco.
Yeah.
Becky does sometimes rearrange the candles into rude words.
Oh, right. When they've got it up on the shelves and they've got
Yeah,
letters
yeah,
that are
they've got
just
letters on,
begging
yeah,
to
yeah,
spell out something and they
Yeah.
don't, so you have to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault.
Yeah. What is that exactly? So yes, you shot the kid. The adult comes lunging towards you, his hand going down to his side and pulling out a slug thrower.
Oh. In the name of the Emperor, stop what you are doing. I know it won't work. But
Comply with your death, you silly
What-
person.
What a way to start a second half of a session. So you shoot the kid.
No. You say it's a mutant.
I keep forgetting that you've not done one of Becky's Corporation games. I'm used to this.
No,
Yeah,
Giorgio has.
just
I
just
set
that
it
one.
in Bologna Regis, especially for him.
Oh,
Bologna
shit!
Regis. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just
Well,
the
then you've
one.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where's that to then? It's not in the book. I said it was in the book.
I mean, I'm almost tempted to, when we go to Italy, to actually go to Bologna just because of that campaign, but it's a bit out of the way.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been there recently, and I just remembered how in your campaign we had to pay tolls to walk the pavements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's Italy, right?
Yeah,
I know
of course.
It's on.
Yeah.
I know it's in the cars, but because
Mhm.
your motorways are toll roads, aren't they?
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't stop.
He doesn't answer. Okay. Well,
Doesn't
then
stop.
he gets shot.
So if you can roll me a shooty shoot, then please, I will roll a.
I have a question though, because
Go on,
I
then.
get +10 against mutants, and this guy has the same skin condition. So, is he also a mutant? I suppose it's not known to be that he's a mutant, is it? So
It's not known to you that he's a mutant. No, it's certainly not as
perfect.
bad as the child. If he
Okay.
is, it's certainly not as bad as the child.
right, well, I'll
you
do my
rolled a
2-shot
one.
thing. I rolled an 07.
He rolled a 1.
Well, did he Did he roll the thing that gives take an action that gives him bonus damage? Because I did.
Oh, okay.
No, it could be a crit. I mean, I totally accept a 1 is kind of crit.
So what he does, he does dodge and he does roll as your shot hits the ground right where he was standing. He would have been.
Wait, no, hang on a minute. Because although he has rolled a 1, how many levels of success has he got?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
2.
That is not enough.
Oh,
Level 5.
okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, you're skewered. Oh, you use it last gun. You use it.
Last pistol. Yeah.
Last pistol.
Yeah, and it's
Are
20
you gonna roll?
damage.
You can roll location.
Sure, it was twin shot, so it's actually it's more than 20, isn't it? Because of the so 13 to the head, and then 11 to the
Right arm.
left arm.
11 to 20 is right arm.
No, that was the damage. 13 to the head, 11 to
Oh.
the left arm.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you've killed him then. Yes,
Protection of a mutant is a heresy, a crime against the emperor.
He falls to the ground next to the body of his dead son. Yes, and the animals sort of make grunting and mewling noises behind them.
Well, it's lucky they only grunt. Therefore, they're food, not intelligent, which would make them xenos, in which case I'd also have to kill them.
Okay. Okay, so you shot those two. Yeah. Was it without the medicine they're bringing the kid's mother dies at home alone? Yeah, after a while, then we'll say the sisters bring the tank up for you.
Thank you.
So do you want a couple to stay to work it for you?
Yeah, it's probably as well that we're just passengers, isn't it?
Obviously, there's not a lot of room, so you can't have a full crew of sisters unless you want to sit on the outside.
No, it's fine because, don't they carry 5 people?
Yeah, I carry 5 people, so we've got you 3 and two, one to drive and one maybe to fire.
I think it's 5 passengers, isn't it? I'm thinking of the epic space marine that I've seen.
Oh, is it 5?
Rhino?
5 passengers
I know.
as
Tell you
well.
what,
Okay.
let's Google. How? Oh, because it's a Lehman Russ anyway, so it's probably different. How many passengers does a Lehman Russ carry? It's crewed by a minimum of 4. Side sponsors may be added, each of which requires an additional crew member to operate. So it hasn't got a passenger thing on the Lehman Russ.
No.
But it can be between 4 and 6 crew.
So you can they can drive and operate the tank, and you can help, and you would be make up the rest of the crew.
The sponsons and the loader and
Obviously, you won't be firing quite as fast as they would, but yeah. Okay, so you put it into drive, and the whole thing lurches forward, and you start trundling across the sand. Leaving the bodies where they fall. You're not going to do anything with them or anything.
No.
why?
Yeah. So you trundle on further and further, and in the as it starts getting towards late afternoon, you see this ridge that he was telling you about appearing in front of you. And by just as the sun is starting to dip down below the horizon, you actually reach the ridge. Or are you just going to go over? How are you approaching this?
I think we should just do a direct assault and kill everyone we see, personally, but I don't know about the others. Do we want to ask questions? suppose
Do you
we
want to see
don't.
what
We
you're up
haven't.
against? Do you want to see what you're up against first?
We've got a tank. It does inspire overconfidence.
I'm kind of happy to go with shoot first, ask questions later this time
But we
round.
do need to identify where the source of this Xenos stuff. Well, we know the
Yes.
planet it came from, but are there other people involved on this planet? This could be an entirely separate network. So did we just look at the physical evidence we find afterwards? And we know they're smugglers. We know where they got them from. But we don't know if there are other customers. Might help to torture him. I mean, extract information, interrogate him. Sorry, that's what I was looking for.
Semantics.
Okay, so what you're going to do? You're going to charge it in with the
We
tank.
need Giorgio's or Lothos's input on that, I think.
Okay. By my Lego should be here next Monday.
That's why it's not built yet. It's going to take you ages.
Yeah, apparently you build 15 different bits and then it all goes together. You build it as 15 separate pieces.
You're a nutter. Was it 1.2 meter one, or was it 8? Did you say 80 centimeters or something? Or
81 centimeters
81 centimeters
long, yeah.
Couldn't you just buy the 40k model?
Not so much fun.
Lothos, do you think
Lothos.
we should try to interrogate these people, or should we just kill them and then look at the evidence that's left behind? Because we know where they got the stuff from. The question is whether there's other Xenos artifacts out in the wild, like the customer list, as it were. Like other people involved. I suppose we only need...
Giorgio.
Yeah, sorry, I've been away for a sec. I'm struggling to get back into the game. Can you repeat that, please?
So we're about to go over this ridge, and there's a camp of a number of people there.
That
I
I
appreciate
got,
we-
possibly.
I appreciate we need to thin the herd immediately, I think, with a bit of an attack, but it's a question of whether we exterminate everything or whether we, try to keep the leader alive or the guy with the bolt gun alive to ask questions. Do we interrogate?
I mean, are we really resorting to diplomacy?
No.
I mean, we have a tank.
You do have a tank.
Oh, you got your answer.
Yeah, I think she means more like interrogate specific people.
Like, do we try and keep Bolterman alive to ask him questions afterwards? Do we just target everything else and then leave him alone, like standing at the end?
Yeah, thing is that if we are going there with a tank blowing shit up, I don't think we'll be in a place to exclude people.
No, we won't shoot him. We'll shoot the guy next to him
True.
in a tank.
Also, I mean, a bolt gun being some sort of machine gun is like you can hide it in your coat.
Well, I'd rather suspect he'll get it out and start shooting.
Or go into hiding and leave the premises.
That too. We just kill everything then. I'm going to take the main gun, and the reason I'm going to do that is I have the weapon tech talent, which means I do increased potency with advanced weaponry.
Oh.
So if you guys want to take the sponsons...
Okay. So you're going to go forward then. So the sister drives the tank up the last bit of the ridge, and it crests before it drops back down over. You can see then there's a shallow gradient running down the other side of this ridge. And finally you reach your destination. Up ahead, A sprawling encampment rises from an island amidst a steaming chemical lake. Gates of scrap encompass an array of prefab buildings, ramshackle hovels, and plastic tents. Men in armour or protective gear move about hauling crates onto decks of vehicles, while armed guards patrol the perimeter of the camp. The gate lies at the edge of the island, and two large towers hold up a drawbridge which seemingly provides the only access. As the smugglers, as you watch, that is a. Let's see that book. A Chimera armored transport turns up. And approaches the edge of the caustic lake. A bridge slowly descends as heavy chains cycle through winchworks. Simultaneously, the wide iron and plasteel gates swing slowly open, pulled manually aside by half a dozen men. The bridge buckles under the weight of the vehicle as it crosses over the acidic moat and through the open gate.
I was going to say, actually, if the Chimera turns up in his entry, so that's like an armored personnel carrier here, according to Google.
Yeah,
it
is.
Why don't we follow it on so they can't, as they're coming off the ramp, we get on it so they can't lift it.
You're gonna rush down towards the island now. You're trying to get onto the ramp before they can lift it up.
Yeah. We want to get onto the start of the ramp as it's on the end of the ramp.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna need to have a drive from the sister who's driving. Dice roller. Roll. So that's 43. We see now. Night is falling. So you have got a little bit of cover to start with. People are observing the vehicle coming in. So we'll say you've got a pass with 1 degree of success there as you race down towards the drawbridge. Oh God, what type of tank do you say you had again?
Got rather more kit than I was expecting, though. Like, why have they got a Chimera? Because that's Imperial equipment. I'm trying to work out, because... So... Is that Imperial Army or Space Marine?
Chimera.
Yeah.
Commonly used military vehicle. Chimera is found on battlefields across the galaxy, where it acts as the mainstay of Imperial Guard personnel carrier. Imperial Guard.
Okay.
Each features a hull-mounted gun along with turret-mounted weapon, both designed to soften up foes before the passengers attack. Its ancient design is versatile enough to act as the basic chassis for a number of other tanks. Other Imperial agencies such as Adeptus Arbitrus use it as well. Okay. You might know then, perhaps, the Disillusion cadre, the military that was firing at you, do have some of these for training in the surrounding wastelands.
Right.
So, it could be stolen, or it's a tractor vehicle. It's got a weight. It's massive. It's the size. What's the size of your tank? What sort of tank is it again, sorry?
Lehman Russ. So, similar size, but we've got more armour and weapons, and they've got more carrying capacity.
60 tons at Lehman Russ. That is 60 tons. So how much is a Chimera? Oh, 38 tons. Okay, so you nearly double the weight, and the
Yeah.
bridge,
That'll
the
be
bridge
armor.
bowed. The bridge bowed when that went across it.
Ah. I see now what you are saying.
Reverse.
It's a tank.
Well, no one's getting in a route.
That's true.
Just as long as, it doesn't break and we start going that way.
So what do you want to do? You still want to charge in?
I don't know. I mean,
That could be epic.
only if it works. But also, if they have a chimera, what else do they have? This settlement might be bigger than just the smugglers, or is this entirely smugglers? Certainly the mutant in the desert seemed to think it was entirely smugglers, which means the local army is involved, which also explains the artillery.
Or they are indeed smugglers, kept something for themselves, and are not that keen on using it. We really miss some pieces of the puzzle here.
Yeah.
Totally.
We could just shoot this up the arse right now and take it out. Armor's always weakest at the rear, right?
Well, if you want to do that, you could do that. You could shoot it while
Yeah,
it's.
fuck it. Why not?
I've just heard an order to shoot the big gun, and I've been waiting for the opportunity to do so.
Has it crossed the bridge when you hit it, or still on the bridge?
I think so. I'm picturing some kind of wall with a portal and the bridge, right? We're at one end of the bridge. They're at the other end of the bridge, so presumably going through the portal. I think that's the moment to shoot it, so they can't close the portal.
Okay, and obviously they're not going to get out of the way because they don't even necessarily know you're there. To be honest, just visibility behind is not great.
Yeah, I take time to aim the shot then. And I wait for a moment whilst aiming. I'll aim several turns if I can, although I don't know how long I've got.
So, well, it's up to you. I mean, what is the? Is that going to be a half or a full turn for shooting this thing?
What is the weapon as well?
Oh, it's a bloody
options.
Uh,
The Sponson mount is typically twin weapons of either heavy bolters, heavy flamers, and sometimes multiple melters or plasma cannon. The main gun, I think, is just a Lehman Russ cannon, I guess, so it doesn't say.
It depends which variants you have.
Okay.
Roll me a d10.
I have rolled a 4.
You have an executioner.
Right.
Sounds ominous.
Oh, what's that?
What's that got then?
That has a plasma cannon, I think. I saw before it just disappeared.
It's an anti-armor tank, it says here. Armament. Dun, dun, dun. Main weapon is a plasma destroyer. It's a much larger, more powerful version of the plasma gun.
Plasma cannon, actually.
Yeah, this is a plasma destroyer, it says on the wiki page. So I'm guessing it's like a super heavy vehicle thing.
Okay, so it is going to be plasma cannon.
It has a whole bolter or las cannon, heavy bolter or las cannon, and 2 sponsons with, again, the dual weapons. Dual heavy version of the weapons. So it's a lot of firepower.
Okay, so it tells me here it's probably going to do 1d10 plus 7 damage. That doesn't seem right.
That does not
So-
seem right. That sounds
No,
more
that's-
like a heavy lasgun or something.
That's a gun. That's a gun, not a cannon.
Ah, right. And it's not a cannon. It's a destroyer. It's a special vehicle thing. It's not handheld toy. Because the
Oh,
heavy
here we
weapons
go.
could be handheld, can't they?
Yes, and it's telling me here the heavy range is 120 meters. There's a single shot, and damage is 2d10 plus 10.
Mhm.
No, maximum charge 4d10 plus 10.
Okay. So that's a cannon.
Yep.
What about destroyer?
That's just a plasma cannon.
Yeah.
Is it called plasma destroyer? Is it?
Plasma. That's what the wiki says. Plasma destroyer versus heavy plasma cannon.
Plasma destroyer. Actually, plasma destroyer damage is 1d10 plus 8. It tells me here. That sounds even worse.
That sounds like a handgun.
Let me go back to the other page.
Well,
That
I mean,
was
it doesn't have to be whatever's in the book. Just make some
Yeah,
shit
I just
up.
wanted to get some sort of like indication
Yeah.
of what it was. So we did say that other one did, and that was handheld. That did 2d10 plus 10, I said, didn't I? So this is a cannon. It's meant to destroy armed vehicles. So we're going to say 4d10 plus 10.
Sure.
We'll double it. So
Okay.
if we roll me your shoot roll, so we'll see if you've hit it.
How many turns have I been able to aim for?
Well,
The
you can
opening
aim as you're travelling down the slope. You can be targeting it in, and then as you get up the level, come up behind it. Probably 2 turns.
Okay.
10 plus 10 for each turn.
81 or is plus 20 on the thing. Two levels of success.
You hit it then if you roll damage.
What was it? 4?
14, 10 plus 10.
13, 15, 19, 29 up the bum.
29. Yeah, not only do you.
But that's before we consider my weapon tech that increases the potency of advanced weaponry. Or is that if I rework it? I think that might well be if I get the opportunity to rework it, actually, rather than I just do more damage.
Okay.
All right.
So the not only does the Chimera take damage, but also the gates as well, and the drawbridge. The chain on one side is severed and falls into the acid of the drawbridge. The back of the tank opens up like a sardine can, and you have a brief glimpse of bodies inside burning. People were blown off the towers, and the gates are blown off the hinges, so the gate is effectively open. But the Chimera is actually sitting, blocking the gate for easy access.
Shoot again.
Well, that's only the main turret. There's 3 more weapons. You're on one of them.
So, did you want to shoot yours as well?
Yeah.
Actually, just to put a reference, you doubled it, but actually the side sponsons are double heavy weapons.
Are they? Well, they're meta weapons apparently, such as a cooker or a vape gun. With formidable anti-personnel and anti-armor weapons.
A what gun? Yeah, what gun?
I'm
A
assuming it
cooker
was like
or
a
a vape
vaporizing
gun?
gun.
Lots of smoke, no effect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's a smoke
I'm
machine.
looking at the wiki page,
It smells of candy floss.
A
and it's like two
multi-method
heavy bolters. I don't know what page you're looking at. What are you on?
Warhammer Wiki.
Oh, same here. It
Oh,
says there's two paragraphs above the banner. It's got the sponsored weapons.
what
And
for
also can be
your?
equipped with two sponsor weapons on each side. The most common configuration for the sponsor mount is two heavy bolters or two heavy flamers. Demon Rust executioners that are part of the unusually well-equipped armor brigade sometimes have two melters or two plasma cannons.
Yeah, I was going for 2 melters.
Ah, okay. Is that the cooker then?
Okay. A multi-meta works out by inducing a minute submolecular reaction within a highly pressurized
You're saying
pyropetrol
meta,
fluid
it's melter.
Yes, a melter, that's what I said, didn't
I thought you were saying meta. Then you were talking about cookers and vapors. It was so confusing.
Mix located with them in
That's meth.
depending on the source of the reaction described as being emitted or ether, a blinded flash of sense heat, multi melter, simply reduce charred lumps of steaming body. Yeah, you just fucking melt stuff effectively.
Yeah.
Armored vehicles melted the heats of ceramite and metal.
It's a heat
Yes,
ray, basically.
If you two want to fire your weapons as well,
Mm-hmm.
such a weapon is only man-portable for Space Marines and Adeptus Sororitas.
So, just to clarify, is this just a regular ballistic skill roll?
Unless you've got nothing for big sort of weapons, no? You got nothing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's just use ballistics roll, and you're probably
let
going
you
to have
do
to. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's going to have to be -10.
or let you do the
But
shooting.
you have 2
because
turns
I'm
to aim
useless.
as well, don't forget.
Okay,
Well, either
okay.
way, I'm still spending up
Evens
one
then.
point.
If it, we'll say it's evens. If you got, well, you got +20. You got +10 then because you could have aimed for as long as Becky did.
I'm spending a fate point to re-roll because that was shite. Oh my god, that's still shite. I still failed.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, hang on. No, +10. I failed by 1. God damn it.
Oh,
Don't need that after blowing all the fate, do you?
Well, I
do
haven't
you
got any
want
fate
to?
points left anyway.
Do you want to roll a shoot, Georgia?
Yeah, I'm shite.
Okay, you got +10.
On my ballistic skills.
Yeah,
Wow.
because you've been aiming.
Let's see. No, it's a fucking fail. I failed by
Okay.
50.
Both of these two side guns, they look at it, they start melting like the fence, the wall fence around the compound, and the tents and the buildings inside.
There's also a hull gun.
Also a hull gun. You're running out of people now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be one of the sisters, though, assumedly. We've replaced crew, didn't we?
What weapon does that have then for the hull gun?
It says either a heavy bolter or a las cannon.
Okay, which one do you want?
Las cannon, I guess. Most of us would know how to use that in case it comes to one of us later. Should probably get a sister on the sponsor given you're shooting.
It was just a las cannon. What does a las cannon do? Okay. Let's see. Las cannon. Okay, that's going to be Where's the damage? This is in the core book, is it? 6th edition core book. I haven't got that. Referencing books I don't have. Okay. Okay. It's not right. Can't do D6 damage.
No, it was 2d10 plus 10, wasn't it?
Oh, that's the plasma.
Oh, that was plasma. Sorry. What was? In that case, I don't
said
think you told
las,
us what the
didn't
last cannon. Yeah,
Laser
plasma cannon.
bolter, you said, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, we'll call it 2d10 plus
Well, it
10
would be
then.
plus
2d10
10.
plus 8.
There we go.
Yeah, for your hull gun. One of the sisters fires it for a 14.
That's a lot of excesses after 2 turns of aiming.
That is, isn't it?
That's a tower blown up or
Um,
some shit.
What would you want to aim at?
Presumably one of the towers or something. Somebody with a big gun on the roof.
Okay, there are a couple of what they call them, Velox bikes. Common sight in the mid-levels of Hive Desolum. The Velox bikes features an oversized roaring engine that heralds its arrival. Its excellent handling is a must in the Hive's crowded areas.
There we go. That'll do.
Carries 1 passenger, and they are armored and have an auto gun.
Oh yeah, definitely focus them.
So she hits that for, we say 2d10, didn't we? 2d10. Okay, so that's an 11 plus 8. Oh, okay, 19. That bike blows up into a big ball of flame because its hit class is damage is where? Oh, there we go. Front, side, rear. Okay, so yeah, that's one of those gone. Exploded into a big ball of flame. You start hearing fire hit the outside of the tank.
Well, we keep shooting until things go quiet.
As they start shooting.
If it moves, we shoot it. If it doesn't move, we shoot it until it does.
Let me see. How are they going to deal with you and your tank? Because the book obviously never thought you were going to have a tank.
Oh, is it thinking like a skulky, sneaky skirmish thing?
We're
It
probably
is meant to be.
infiltrate. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, not us.
Not you lot. What do you want to do that for?
Well, it's not our fault. We tried a car. It broke down.
Yep. It was cut to ribbons.
Yeah, you could have parked it up and waited for the storm to pass.
Yeah, but...
No, but we could have lost the track if we'd done that.
Yeah.
Then you went.
Zealots, remember?
Then you went and shot the guy that could have helped you out getting into.
But he's a mutant. Well, his son was. I assume he was. Because he resisted.
He resisted. Oh. Okay, if it's not going to be, it's not the Space Marines' eyes saying. Right, okay, so what do they have? Oh, okay. Let me see what that is. So, you can see out of the window someone lining up a big tube onto their shoulder.
Yeah, that's a priority target for me then.
I'm just trying to find out where the missile launcher is. It would be under M, wouldn't it? There we go.
That's going to ask you what
Four.
type of ammunition.
Okay,
Melter,
so
plasma.
what I'm going to need then is a initiative roll to see which of you fires first.
Okay, so that's D10 plus agility, isn't it?
Yeah, D10 plus agility. What did they get?
I got 7, and I'm trying to type it right here.
It's definitely gonna be Reggie then.
Plus
Yeah.
agility. What's
Oh,
his
quite
agility? Okay, where's his agility to?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's yours plus agility then?
I rolled 12.
I got 7.
7. Ooh. Sorry, Jason, you got a
5.
5. Okay,
And then there's the sister on the hull gun.
sister on the whole gun. Sister Repintia, she got a 12, and this guy's got a, what's that, a 9, plus his, what do you call it, agility. Bugger if I can find where that is. There it goes up here. Agility. Agility, which is another 12. So we've got 3 people on 12. You can go first, Becky.
Okay. So
No,
what's the
because-
rate of fire on this cannon? Because I assume it has a loader. But it says
Yes,
the
it will.
the
It's
wiki says
1.
it's a loader. So the rate of fire is 1. So it's the entire action to shoot.
Yep.
So
And there'll be no
bonus.
aiming this time either unless you want to pause your shot.
That's what I'm wondering. But this guy's got a missile launcher, so I think I need to at least distract him. So if I miss, I'm still going to hit near him, right? That's still going to be rubble everywhere.
Oh, yeah, we could blow him off his feet
Yeah.
depending on how close
So
you
I'll
are.
shoot. And I hit
Oh.
with just 1 level of success.
Oh no.
But how much damage?
Obscene.
Okay.
I mean, I actually think you've probably undervalued the damage, but it's still 30.
Yeah,
If you compare it to the
possibly,
handhelds, the
possibly.
sponsored weapons are kind of rolling similar dice, but it's still 30.
However, this guy was standing in front of the armory when he went up.
Oh, well, that's got
Plus
to be.
his missile as well. So yeah, there's a smoking crater left after we were
Okay.
shot.
Let me just roll 2d10 and multiply them.
Okay, so that's gone. What time is it now? Past 10.
What in the Looney Tunes kind of shit is this? Like,
Oh yeah. See,
one
yeah,
bullet, everything explodes.
oh, because that's where the missiles were. It was in the armory. So he went to the armory and got one. He saw the tanks. He's coming out the door, went like that, and Becky shot him.
Yeah, big brain.
Okay, so well,
They should see that from the city, actually.
that should be
Hit
a
an army.
main-
That's like
fairly
looks like a
obvious.
mushroom cloud.
Do you want to go on to the? So he's out. So the sister fires. She fires a fire roll that. She rolls that. She rolls that. She rolls 30, which then is 2 of them. Okay, so she's done 11 plus 8. She's done another 19 damage on buildings and people. Excuse me. That's the second bite gone up then. Right, next in line is Giorgio. Do you want to fire your
Okay.
weapon?
I'll try my best. to be completely honest.
That's
Do I
all we
get any
expect from you.
bonuses?
You get a plus 10 because we're going to be kind to you.
Better than nothing. Ooh, that's an 11, so I get
Oh.
2 levels of success.
Okay, and your damage, I believe you said, was 2d10 plus 8, 6? I can't remember.
2d10 plus 8, we said.
Plus 8.
Plus 8, okay. So I got 23 total.
No, hang on. So
Ooh.
8 was the plasma weapon. Yeah. No, 10 was the plasma weapon. Yeah, that's right.
10
That's
is plasma weapon. And Jason, if you want to fire.
Again, I will try. Oh, for God's sake. My rolling today has been shockingly appalling, even on my ballistic. So, no, that's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. You play your beam across different buildings, so they just start melting into slag as you just. People manage to duck out the way, but you get the buildings because they can't move.
Oh, don't forget though. Sorry, we said it was 2d10 plus 8, but it's a twin mount.
Oh, it's 2 guns, is it?
This twin. The side sponsor's a twin. That's why I was saying I think you underrated the main gun.
Yeah, very probably. Yeah, I must have underrated it. We've done pretty well with it anyway.
Yeah.
So you're going to push this chimera out of the way. The sister rolls up to it. You can feel the bump as she hits the back of the chimera, as she revs the tank, as she shoves this thing forward. Quite easily pushing it out of the way and entering into the camp proper. There's firing around you. You can hear things striking the hull, and you all continue firing. And after, say, maybe 15, 20 minutes, everything outside goes quiet. There's no more of this like hail against the outside of the tank. You can. This one of the sisters will say, "Do a scan." Ooh, what's that there? Ooh, what's that say?
1, 2, police, 4, 5,
That's a
grenadier.
Grenadier
That's
5.
that's a techno. It's a techno song.
Ah,
I'm not sure, like, Kekzeben translates as old biscuit.
If
Sorry,
I
Alta
recall-
Kekzeben.
So it does.
Alta Kekzeben translates as old biscuit in like literal terms, so I don't know what that actually means, because I don't know the
yeah, it
song.
sounds like you need to know German a bit better, but yeah, and then good night, yeah. Well, translate most of it, apart from it turns out biscuit. No fucking clue.
Let's see.
I would have had a clue, apart from the good night.
It's because I've gotten reasonable at Dutch, so I can read most of that. But yeah,
Okay. Fairly close, is it?
Oh, it apparently
It's
means
close.
Old witch.
Old
apparently.
Witch. Well, a techno song anyway.
Oh, okay. Yes, the sound like hail against the outside of the hull finally dies off, and all is silent. And one of the sisters suggests one of you does a scan. So, do you have anything like operating scan equipment, or?
Well, my usual process is just to shoot it again. See if it twitches.
If I'm able to, I'd rather attempt another science check
Okay, you can do
to
that
feel
for me.
the warp once more,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
that's 10. Oh, that's a 6. So that's
6. That's quite high, isn't it?
for level of success, because it's 6 out of 48. 4 levels of success, because it's on perception. I keep watching willpower. No, perception. Yeah, 4 levels of success.
Okay, you can feel the warp in there's a metal container up ahead, lit by the firelight, and you can feel the warp coming very strongly from that area. But you're not picking up on too many people around you at all. You think most people are now dead or have run.
I suggest we avoid shooting straight into the container, because who knows what might come out of it.
That's what went wrong last time.
Yeah, but we're in a tank.
Yeah, we are.
Also,
good perception check.
There was mention of people might have run away. We need to make sure they're eliminated.
Yes, don't shoot the container.
If we've got a radio, you can call in help.
Aerial surveillance would be good, and then we'll go around mopping up.
Okay.
Let none escape. If they can see anything over the smokestack.
Okay. Or like you say, actually, they probably would have heard that last seen that last explosion, wouldn't they?
Oh, it'll be visible to both hive cities.
Okay. So what we'll say is, as you've just finished your scan, and Giorgio's done his sights and located the storage area for these Xenos artifacts. A blip appears on your scanner as a shuttle comes in, landing on the shore on the bank, and a squad of sisters come across the drawbridge and start mopping up any survivors in the camp, and ask you what you want them to do. Do you want these people alive? Do you want them dead? Because if you don't stop them, they will kill them.
The only one that I think would be worth interrogating would be if they've got a bolt gun, then that's the person we need to interrogate.
Okay.
I think everyone else is just guilty by association.
Okay, so roll that dice. Where's that dice gone over? That's wrong. That's not what I was using. There we go. Roll that dice. Ooh, that's good. Okay. They say they spend the next 15-20 minutes around the camp, pulling out prisoners, finishing off a few, questioning a couple, and then killing them. As they get towards the end, they still haven't found anyone with a bolter, and they drag the last couple of people over to you and throw them on the ground in front of you. Their swords dripping with blood. And they throw these people on the floor in front of you. They said, "We found no one with a bolter. Just these two hiding in the cookhouse."
Did we get a name? Oh no, we got a name of the merchant, didn't we? But not the man with the bolter.
No, they just told us there was one with a bolter at the village, but they didn't give us the name.
He didn't give it a name, no, and then he got shot.
By who? What happened?
Oh, they killed him.
No, you haven't killed him. No, you've killed the guy that could have told you. But
Oh, yeah, but well, he didn't. I gave him the chance. I asked about the man with the bolter. He said there is a man with a bolter and lives in a camp. Blah blah blah. Blah. He didn't say who he was. So,
So you're saying that we are given two people in front of us. Are they wearing coats? Can we have a look at the soles of their boots?
yeah, you can. The tracks on the soles of the boots will match the sort of tracks you found leaving, but all the people here wear that type of boot.
where do your Xenos artifacts come from?
What did we call it? Planet was it? It was a can't see it. Yeah.
The Shrine World of
The
Thor.
Shrine World. Yeah, the Shrine World.
Okay, I mean, it was a trick question because I knew the answer. I wanted to see if they were lying. Who was your leader?
Jarek Tarnell.
Can you point him out to us? Is he amongst the dead?
No, you missed him. He left before you got here.
Where did he go?
Probably he's going to head to what's it called? He's going to head to that station. Cap. I think it's called now. Head to the station and then to the Shrine World.
Does he have any? Are you familiar with? Let me see. Who was the guy? The last lot we killed from the 341 beta.
Oh, you want the tech priest?
The other smuggler. No, that's Somnius Halbrel. I know they'll know him.
Yeah, that was
Zach Holthane.
Holthane. Yeah.
Are you in the same organisation as Zach Holthane?
Holthane.
Do you know Zach Holthane?
Holthane only supplied us.
And yet, this what's his name? This Jarek Tiernell also goes to the station, but you purchase via Zach Holthane.
He has the organisation to bring this stuff in.
Right. So Tiernell's just a buyer for this planet then.
We are the children of the inheritance.
And what do you intend to inherit?
Decilium.
Goods that you've looted from tombs. I'll execute that one. On to the next one.
Well, it gives the
They
other
brought
one
me
a lot.
two. I've got a spare.
Well,
we have a spare.
It gives the other one a lot of incentive, doesn't it?
It does.
Really? Okay, what do you want to say to this one then?
You guys got questions? Oh, what's the name of your shuttle?
Oh, the shuttle. Where's the shuttle? I don't think they've actually said, have they? The shuttle, where's it leaving? It says leaving. Too late.
Do bear in mind, some of the questions we're asking, we know the answers to. That is why I just shot your friend's head off.
Oh, okay, we'll call that. The Golden Husk.
The golden husk.
I'm going to leave him with you two, so you can ask questions whilst I go back into the tank to radio that through to Turnbutt to stop it from leaving and apprehend him.
Okay, you can do that. And does any rest of you have any queries, questions for him?
I was just thinking about it, and nothing really comes up to mind other than what Becky already asked.
Okay.
I'm struggling to think.
Well, there's
of
one
questions as
more
well.
question I'll ask when I get back then, which is there a customer list? Where is it kept?
No, we are the customers. The children of the inheritance are the customers.
You're just buying this stuff.
We're keeping it for ourselves.
You are a heretic who deals in Xenos. No, execute him.
You can keep them alive until next week if you want. You can kill them at the beginning of next week's session in case you think of anything.
Nah, I'd rather have regrets.
Okay, you can kill him quite easily. That's he's yeah. Poof, he's dead. Where is? And if you want to leave it there for a night, because you said you're getting a little bit tired too. Children of the Inheritance.
Yeah, I suggest we gently dispose of the container also before moving somewhere else.
We can either dump it in the acid, shoot it with the tank, or give it to the sisters.
I beg your pardon?
We can either dump it in the acid, shoot it with the tank, or give it to the sisters.
I'm afraid what shooting it with a tank might do, because we don't know what the container contains. So
Well,
I'll
the
have
sisters
to
have
deal
got
with
a
it.
lot to dispose of, haven't they? And they've got the proper mechanisms for it. And if
Yeah,
even
also
if
we
it's
got,
throw
like-
it into a sun, so
Yeah, also we got like 10,000 of them, 14,000 of them. So, I mean, we can find like 20 of them to do with a fucking container.
yeah. So we'll call that down for them as well.
Okay.
Or get the ones with the shuttle to take them back.
Yeah, they can lift it off the shuttle or something and take it away. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
So next week we'll try and go to the station.
Yes.
Next week we'll try and go to the station.
But
Okay.
it turns out we couldn't stop the Golden Husk because it had already left.
Yes.
Oh no, you're too late. Fuck you.
Oh no, that was so unpredictable. We didn't think that would happen.
No. Well, you can't finish it too early.
Exactly.
Oh, remember
Have to
you
end up
have
on
all your
the
fake points back as well for next time.
Mhm.
Not fake
Do we
Okay,
get
do I just-
XP for blowing everything up?
Thanks for playing, Giorgio.
Oh, thank you for having me as always.
Hope it's better for the allergies tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope
Let's end the
that
stream.
let's end the stream there. Yeah, I thought we.
Bye bye, Daviti.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Shelley.
Bye.